Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here again. Got my ball cap on today, so that can only mean one thing. We are going to dig into some Tom Morello and Rage Against the Machine, because today I'm going to show you guys how to play the Ghost of Tom Joad by the aforementioned Rage Against the Machine. This is a cover, by the way, if you didn't know that already, of a much more folksy and laid-back Bruce Springsteen track from his 1995 album of the same name, a track that sits pretty high on my list of favorite Bruce Springsteen songs. That said, Rage's cover, aside from the lyrics, is a different beast altogether. It's basically a completely different song, structurally, that just uses the same lyrics from the Springsteen track. They're not even in the same time signature. More of a reimagining of the track rather than a straight up cover, to tell the truth. Regardless, and with that said, let's close in, learn how to play it, shall we? Good then, Rage Against the Machine and the Ghost of Tom Joad. We are in drop D tuning for this one, so take your standard tune guitar, drop your low E string down one full step to D. Now, Tom starts this one off with some mute, so he's kind of holding the strings lightly here at about the end of the fretboard. Just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? He's got lots of delay on his guitar and whatnot, and effects, and he maybe slides down the neck a little bit and then slides back up again, right? And then we drop into the main riff. Which we're going to repeat 4 times at the beginning of this track. Starts with an open E string, then you're going to slide into the 5th fret of the A, off to 3, off to open, and then you're going to go 5, 3, open of the low E string, right? And then we're going to finish the riff with this. Sliding into the 3rd fret of the A string, grabbing the 5 of the low E, off to open A, and back onto the 3. Right? And that's the riff. And you're going to repeat that 4 times at the beginning of this track. And after you repeat it 4 times, you're just going to drop off to an open D power chord, the bottom 3 strings open, let it ring for 2 full bars, and then we drop into the first verse. And we're going to repeat that riff 16 times during the first verse. It's basically just an open D power chord, which you're going to choke off, and then we're going to play the tail end of the main riff. Palm muted and a little bit quieter, right? Sliding into that 3, grabbing the 5 of the low E, off to open A, back onto the 3. And you're going to, like I said, you're going to repeat that 16 times. The final 8 times, another guitar joins an overdub doing this. Thirteenth fret of the B string here, full step bend, choke it off, right? And then a little bend release, kind of like that. And then we drop back into the main riff after playing the verse riff 16 times. Four times. And then back off to an open D power chord for the chorus, which we're just going to let this ring for 4 full bars while he sings the chorus. And then at the end of the chorus, we drop into this. And we're going to repeat that 4 times, grabbing a double stop here on the 10th fret of the D and the G, sliding out of it. Now he's got delay on this, right? And so it's kind of carrying 2 or 3 times. Kind of like that, right? But he's only sliding out of it once. And it's the delay carrying it. And then just back into that tail end of the main riff, right? So you repeat that 4 times, and then we drop into the second verse. Second verse, same as the first. 16 times. Final 8. That again, right? And then after you repeat that 16 times during the second verse, we drop back into the main riff again. Back off to an open D power chord for 4 full bars while he sings the second chorus. At the end of the second chorus, we drop back into this again. For 4 repeats, we drop into the third verse, right? However, the third verse, you're not going to repeat that 16 times. You're going to repeat it 8 times, and then the final 8 times, we're just going to do mutes. Just kind of like that, right? Just holding somewhere around the 7th fret. So for the final number of bars of the final verse, right, you're just gonna play mutes like that, basically, all downstrokes. And then we drop into the main riff again for 8 repeats. And after you repeat it 8 times, at the end of the track, you just go off to an open D power chord and let it ring. And that's the end of the track. And that, my friends, is how you play The Ghost of Tom Joad by Rage Against the Machine. No solo in this one. So I certainly hope you enjoyed that, found it helpful. And if you did, please hit that like button right down there. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind. Hope you're well out there, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.